everybody, this your girl Coach Tiff coming back at y'all with my second episode of HAIL COACH TIFF. Before we kind of go further, I would like to say thank you to everybody that liked, the ones that commented, subscribed, even if you passed the word, even if you viewed it, I just want to say thank you. I love you guys and I look forward to keeping it up. This episode is basically my top 10 sneakers of 2020. I added an honorable mention to my top 10 list because I thought the sneaker was actually dope. But I couldn't put it above any of my top 10s. Basically this top 10 list is basically my top 10, not the sneaker culture, not the sneaker hype, not the sneaker guides. Basically is my top 10 pickups that I was able to purchase in 2020. Some have a story about it, some don't. Some was actually all hype for me and I know it, but this is my top 10 of 2020. So let's get into it. So like I said, we're gonna start off with my honorable mention. The Air Force One's skeleton. They released October 31st of 2020. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to cop these then. I thought they still had my size in. I want to say I went to work, I did something, totally forgot about it. I come back maybe like 3 hours later, they sold out. So I kept searching. Didn't see any online or whatnot, so I kind of gave up, but I always wanted them. Went to StockX, I seen the price at the time, and I was like, nah, I'ma wait. Okay. However, I put them on my Christmas list. And I was gifted these for Christmas of 2020. I mean, you may not be able to see it, because we're in light or whatnot, but the sole actually glows, which is real dope. The leather and everything is pretty cool. The all black accents. I mean, it's a cool shoe. So I was able to get a size 5. I haven't tried them on yet. Basically, all of my sneakers from my honorable mention to my top 10, they all are dead stock. And they range from the size 5 to 6, But big shout out to the Nike Air Force One skeletons, my honorable mention. Next up, top 10. So this is number 10, okay? The LeBron 7 Media Day. It released back in May of 2020. This is one of my favorite models, the LeBron 7s. I had a couple way back. I believe I had the white and red color. One of my fave. I gave it away and I honestly still regret it. I definitely like the Laker concept. I love the different color, top with the different color strings. I had some Kobe's. I forgot. I'm not sure if it was the Kobe 6s, 7s or whatnot, but they had one purple, one gold. And this kind of remind me of that. It's a dope shoe overall. I think LeBron 7s are one of the most comfortable basketball shoes to actually ball in, to wear. So for me, this was definitely a must-have. Once again, story behind that was I seen them and I hesitated just for the hell of it because I thought it was a grade school thing. They was going to still have sizes. Went back and it was gone. So I slept on them. I always have this birthday list, top 10, or I should say my best 10 shoes that I want for my birthday. And usually my family comes together and get them. So these were actually not on the list, but they remembered. So these actually came after my birthday, maybe like 2 days after my birthday. It was a surprise. I had no idea, but I can say this was probably the best birthday shoe that I did receive that year. So big shout out to my number 10, the LeBron 7, the Media Day, and we're going to continue on. Coming in at number 9, we have the OG Nike Air Max 95, the neon. So the thing about this sneaker is I did have this particular, I guess, design scheme back in 2015. Okay. You know, grade school for years have always got the short end of the sneaker design. Okay. So this pair here is my 2015 pair, and this is the recent, you know, 2020 pair. And as you can see, the difference is in the air bubbles, of course. You know, in 2015, we didn't get the whole air bubble. We only got this little around scheme, whatever you want to call it, the back heel. And also the difference is, if you can see the suede or the nubuck, well, not nubuck, suede, I should say. They got the suede going all the way around here. And then, you know, you only got like 3 little cuts or separations. Whereas with this one, you know, you get the full run. You get the full different separations. You know, you get the full suede that's different from, that's going from the dark grayish, gray, light, or whatnot. I mean, once again, I haven't tried these shoes on yet to know the difference. This shoe is a 4.5. This one is a 5. Back in 2015, you know, I was purchasing 4.5s. So that's another reason why I have to cop a lot of OG shoes that I already have in my collection if I want to wear them, because the 4.5s are exact, you know, and it does me no justice. Now, but like I said, this is my number 9 pick of 2020. Also, like I said from the beginning on my introduction show, you know, I love the OG concept of sneakers. You know, I remember, you know, back in the days, they had on the Nike woven shorts with the Nike graffiti shirts. The woven shorts actually came out maybe last year or so in different colors, black, blue, green, whatnot. And I mean, this remind me of that, you know, that 95 feel, that 96, you know, the late 90s. But like I say, this is number 9, and we're going on to number 8. Here we go with my number 8 pickup in 2020. This shoe is a little different. This is a Nike by You, customized by myself. My inspiration behind this particular shoe is my family, the whole Ridge gang. I have 2 vehicles. Well, we have two vehicles that are basically white with black and the red accents. So what I did was try to design something that'll actually match our Ridge gang vehicles. Every year, I always, around Christmas time, I always design a sneaker to either match my family attire, because we do dress up for holidays, or I try to, you know, design something that basically motivates me. So this particular shoe, like I said, is behind my family. If you can check on the back, you'll see the RG on the back of both of them in red, which stands for, like I say, Ridge Gang. And basically, you know, they inspire me daily. So why not get a sneaker? And we have number 7, Air Jordan 1 Retro High, black and metallic gold. I told y'all I'm from the New Orleans area, so I'm a big Saints fan. I don't care what they do. I don't care how they do it. I don't care if we win, lose, draw, or whatever. I'm a Saints fan, you know. So this was a big addition to the collection, but I didn't want this shoe because of that. I was able to purchase a pair similar back in 2003. It was actually the mid. I mean, at the time, you know, I was a big Jordan fan. Like I said, you know, the ones has always been my favorite, you know, and it was a mid. I know we having a discussion now about mids and highs and all of that or whatnot, but I didn't care. As long as it was the Jordan 1, I was on it. So what happened was, you know, back in 03, I want to say at the time I wore like a 4.5. It was before I had my first son, and I probably was like 89 pounds. When he was born, I actually wanted to get him, you know, like a pair as well. And I couldn't find it in his size. And eBay was big for us back then. went on eBay, was able to purchase him a pair, I think a size 3, 4, whatever it was, in, you know, in a taller size. And he had his first pair of Jordans. But like I said, at the time it was mids. You know, that's the big difference between this and, I'm sorry, now and then. But I'm a Saints fan, along with the fact that me and my baby was able to get these in 03 and 04. There was definitely a must that I get them in 2020. Coming in at number 6, we have the Yellow Toes, the Reebok Question Mids. So one thing about me is I don't always just like Jordans, Nikes, or whatever. You know, I do the Reeboks. I have New Balances, Pumas, Converse. I have a lot of those in my collection. So the thing about this particular shoe is the fact that, for me, it's a tribute to Kobe. Back in 2002, 2003, you know, he wasn't really under a contract, so he wore, you know, the Reeboks. I remember wearing the Jordan 8s. You know, he wore a couple of sneakers that a lot of people didn't know that he wore. Well, let me say a lot of people now didn't know that, you know, he actually wore. The other thing about me that people don't know, except for, you know, probably my family, was back in that time when Kobe and Shaq kind of was teammates and whatnot, that was my favorite team. You know, I was a Lakers fan. I'm not a Lakers fan now. You know, I kind of like LeBron, but, you know, back then I was a hardcore Laker fan with, you know, Kobe, Shaq, Robert Horry, you know, Ryan Harper, you know, Derek Fisher, you know, just the OGs in the game. So for me, you know, this was a must-have, and I am a fan of the Question Mids. I have, you know, the white and red ones, the leather at the top. I have the white and red with the suede. I also have the white red Questions with the white red, I think is the left, and the white and royal, you know, toe is on the right. So to add them together, the fact that it's a Question Mid, and also, to me, a Kobe Lakers tribute, you know, that was a must-have. Moving right along. So my top 5, the remaining top 5 was a little hard to decide. But, you know, I figured it out, chopped it up, decided, came up with the points of what's what. So number 5, we're going to start it off with the Air Jordan 1 High. Women's edition. Okay, the Lucky Greens. So this shoe has a lot of different reasons why I wanted it. First of all, I wasn't able to purchase them on the release date, which was October 14th. I basically struck out. I struck out in the apps. My family struck out. I didn't win on sneakers. You know, sneakers is an up and down thing. And I had to purchase with StockX. It sucked because it was a little bit more expensive than I wanted to spend. And it is what it is. I love the whole green concept on the Jordan 1s. Back with the Defining Moments package, you know, the Bulls Celtics, I was able to purchase them, you know, a while back. I want to say maybe 2012, I'm not sure when, but I was able to purchase them. Still actually have them, but they both are 4.5s. So when the OG Pine Greens released, maybe about 2 years ago, I struck out on them too. I had to buy them on StockX, maybe 3 something, and that's something I didn't want to do, right? So then, you know, when I seen these and the fact that it was a woman editions, you got the red laces, it's like I needed them. You know, it's a tribute to the whole, I guess the little beef with the Celtics, the Bulls, you know, Michael Jordan dropping 63, you know, as a rookie against the Celtics in the playoff games. In 86. Now, in 86, I'm going to be honest, I didn't know nothing about Michael Jordan, basketball, and nothing. I was 3 years old. But my daddy has always been a Celtics fan. You know, I've been a Bulls fan. I was a Bulls fan when Michael Jordan was there, Scottie Pippen. So, you know, this was a must-have. I like the sale. You know, the leather is phenomenal. It's tumble. You also got the sail khaki, sail white, whatever you want to call it, with the black patent leather. You got 3 strings. You know, you got the black, the green, and the red, but the red pop. You know, one of my homeboys wore them for Christmas, and when I tell you, you know, the sneakers made his whole fit, brought his whole fit to another level. So you know, some people may ask why, but it's different reasons on why I wanted this particular shoe, you know. But shout out to the Lucky Greens. On coming in at number 5. At number 4, we have the Vapor Waffle Sakai's by Nike. Listen, this is what I think is actually a hype shoe, right? They were released December 17th. I was able to win these off of Sneakers app. I told you they funny. Not only was I able to win these, I was able to buy the Sakai Blazers that released, you know, early in the year. The blue, red, yellow pair, and also the navy blue with the baby blue and the white pair. But I sold them to StockX, right? So to be able to get this shoe, and I was undecided of if I was going to sell them or if I was going to keep them. But when I got them in hand to actually see how this shoe was created, it was like, nah, I had to keep them. I do like funky stuff. So for me, I really think it was the heel. You know, I can't even explain how this is designed, but I think it's dope. You know, you have the 2 strings that's already connected, and then they give you another set, you know, to add on. You have the 2 different tongues, you know, which I think is dope. I'm gonna figure out what to wear with them, but I felt like, you know, this was a must-have. I didn't want to sell them, you know, sit on them, rock them with maybe a jersey, or I might wear them to somebody's wedding, you know. I just think they're a versatile shoe, you know. So definitely was a must-have. You know, a lot of people look at it as a hype shoe, but Coach Tiff got them, and I kept them. At number 3, we have Air Jordan 1 Retro High, the Mochas. So with the Mochas, right, I struck out. October 31st, I definitely struck out. I struck out on these, and I struck out on the Skeleton Air Force One. So that day wasn't good for me at all. This particular shoe, since I seen that they was going to release, it was like I had to have them, okay? It had nothing to do with the Travis Scotts or any of that, right? Because truthfully, I wasn't really a fan of the Travis Scotts. But this was a must-have. I keep telling everybody, like, I like the earth tones. I like the sail. I like the brown suede on the back. And what happened was, because I did strike out, I had to go to StockX. It's a love-hate relationship with StockX. I mean, it come through clutch. It's just that sometimes I don't like the amount I have to pay. Usually what I do is I can wear between a 5 to 6. So when I go in and I look at the 5, 5.5, and a 6, whichever one is the cheapest, that's the one I'm going to purchase. So I purchased a size 6 for the Mochas. I wasn't disappointed when I was able to get them in hand. So for me, the fact that it looks like a OG shoe, I'm talking about with the black in the front and X, Y, and Z, it was like I had to have them. So I did spend a pretty penny. As usual, my family supported me. The leather is pretty cool. I'm not sure what I'm going to wear them with as of yet. I don't really care. As long as I had them in a collection and there was a must-have. Here we go at number 2. We have the Kobe 6 Protro. You know, the Protro definitely means professional retro. I don't really feel like I need to explain why they are in my top 10, let alone number 2 or number 1. You know, I did get a pair back in 2010, and as you can tell, I would have held up these shoes. These was my beaters. But, I mean, at the time, I mean, any funky fit, it could be all black, it could be whatever it was, I would have Kobe Grinches. At the time, Nike always doing, like, the theme for holidays. You know, they used to have the Kobe's, Jordans, I want to say KDs for, like, Christmas, All-Star Weekend, Easter, Black History Month, and these were one of the concepts of that. This was the Kobe Grinches for Christmas and that Christmas game that he played in with the red strings. I cannot remember where I purchased these from. I'm not sure if I did it online or at one of my Nike hookups. I'm sorry, Kids Foot Locker hookups I had back in the days. I can't find a box, which doesn't matter. But basically with with my beater pair, I just have them in my sneaker house, you know, just basically show them, you know, as a trophy, you know. But I was able to get these off of Sneakers app. December 31st, I want to say they dropped. You know, they have the Nike Zoom on the back of them, which is pretty cool. I haven't tried them on. I'm not sure how they feel, but they was a must-have. Shout out to Kobe. I want to say this is probably my favorite Kobe of all time. So I definitely had to have them. Come with the Ray strings. You got the Ray Kobe logo. I mean, these the babies. I'm not sure when I'm going to wear them, but I had to have them. So shout out to Kobe. Shout out to Nike for doing the whole holiday edition at the time. And we're going to move right along to number one. Finally, at number one, we have the Off-White 5s, the sale color. Man, I was able to purchase the black Off-Whites, I want to say back in February, maybe March of 2020. And when I ordered them, I'm like, man, I don't like them. They whack. When I get them, I'm going to sell them. So I wind up winning them on I was on a road or whatnot, and I sold them on StockX at that moment. I get them in hand, and I'm like, yo, I shouldn't have sold these shoes. When you get this Off-White 5 in hand, it just make you be like, it's a dope shoe. So like I said, I sold that particular shoe. I was upset at myself, but it is what it is. So when I had the opportunity to try to win these off of sneakers, I had just brought, I want to say one of the new iPhones for my business line. It was the 12 Pro, you know, the smaller size, and 5G was accessible in our area. Once again, I'm in the New Orleans area. 5G comes up. I'm like, yo, I should be able to win these shoes. Well, get into the app, and guess what? I win. So I'm super excited. I'm like, I don't know what I'm gonna do with them. You know, wait to see how they look in hand. I may sell them, I may not. Get them in hand 2 days later, and I'm like, it's no way I can sell this shoe. The earth tones, once again, we talking about the sale. The sale has to be one of my favorite colors in the whole Jordan brand scheme. I just think the cell is dope. You have like the retro, I'm not sure what color you want to call this. It looks stale, right? But it reminds you, it gives you that retro feel, that OG feel, you know, that beater feel when your shoes used to get worn out at the bottom and you get that little rustic color. Well, that's what I get out of it. Also lucky to purchase the Off-White 4s. I want to say they sell khaki, whatever color they is. What happened with those were, you know how sometimes in a sneaker app, they already have your particular shoe size. And basically I want to say I'm a 5.5 in men, but I'm a 7 in women. Well, when I got in to purchase the particular shoe, the Off-White 4s, they put me at a 5.5 woman. I wound up winning. It just wasn't a size that I needed. So when I got those in hand, man, it was so sweet. I'm talking about like an angel sneaker, and I couldn't fit them. So shipped them off, sold them. I made, you know, a nice, decent profit off of them. But I vowed the next Off-White I get in hand, I had to keep. And these are must have. I mean, OG, you got the zip tie. You have the cell laces. They also come with, you know, the red pair, the black pair. I mean, you could do anything with this particular shoe. You could wear them anywhere. If one of my other good friends get married and, you know, we got to wear Off-White, baby, I will be wearing these. Okay. So like I said, this is my number one of my top 10. My number one for 2020. So that's my top 10 pickups for 2020, including my honorable mention. Big shout out to my number one, the Off-White 5 sale. As usual, I want to thank everybody for supporting me as I push through my new YouTube channel. I'm just a regular chick that loves sneakers. I don't have a shoe plug. You know, I don't have a bot. I don't have any other one-ups. It's just basically my family supporting me, putting in, you know, the raffles, getting on sneaker app, you know, whatever we could do to be able to say, hey, Coach Tiff was able to cop. I was able to give you guys my top 10. You know, some of them people may deem as they hot. Some of them they may look at like it's hype. You know, some of them may look like wah. But as usual, you know, this is Coach Tiff's selection. I was able to go down memory lane, bring up some of the stories, some of the reasons of why, you know, they were my favorite. What I'm asking everybody to do, as usual, can you please, like, you know, comment, give me some feedback, you know, tell me what direction I'm going in. Even if you don't like it, just give me some, you know, positive feedback that I can actually grow from. Please, please, please subscribe, pass the word, share, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, whatever you can to support your girl. Remember, buy what you love, buy what you like. Don't fall for the hype. And I'm out.